dividing decimals by decimals, which would look a little like this. I don't know, 3.5 divided by 1.5. Now, first things first, children, let me go on record as warning you. I think I mentioned to you this before. Back in the day when you were just little guys, knee-high to a grasshopper, there was no question on what one went in the division box, one went on the outside, because you always put the bigger one inside the box. You always divided a big number by a small number. You can't use that same philosophy with decimals because you can divide any number by any number. So step number one is you must understand when it's written like this, which one goes under the box, which one goes on the outside of the division thing. Andrew Stupford, which one goes where?
3.5 would go in the box and 1.5 would go out.
Raise your hand if you agree with Andrew. Raise your hand if you disagree with Andrew. Look, we still have dissension in the ranks, but Andrew is right. When you write this out with box, these things flip-flop places. 3.5 divided by 1.5 going into 3.5. That's the way it's written. Okay, now here is the gist, boys and girls, children of all ages. We do not do well with the decimal out here because we really don't know what to do with it. If you remember, the only rule we had so far with division with decimals is to bring up the decimal. That was it. Okay, but we can't, you're not allowed to have a decimal over here. So, what do we do with it is the question. Anybody? Have we done this before? Maybe, maybe not. Well, if you go back, and that's what it took me so long to get here. I was looking back what we talked about. In lesson 41, they had something like this: 7 1/2 divided by 2 1/2 equals what? Was that right? I'm sorry. And then they told you to do what to make it an easier problem? Do you remember what they told you to do? They told you to double them. In other words, multiply both of them by 2, because you'll get the same problem. What's if you take 7 1/2 times 7 plus 7 1/2? 2 7 1/2 gives you 15. 2 2 1/2 give you 5, and then you can do the problem. The answer is 3. Okay. Well, the same thing is true with decimals. Okay, I can do anything to both of these as long as I do it to both of them. And what you want to do is you want to get rid of the decimal in this one. So what you want to do is you multiply both sides by 10. Okay, because if I multiply both sides by 10, what happens? I end up with 35 divided by 15, right? No decimals. Okay, except where actually the decimals go there, I guess. Well, that's what we're going to do, except you're not going to be thinking you're doing it, because there's a simple little rule that says this. If I want to get rid of the decimal here, I just move it one place to the right. But if I do the decimal moving here, I have to move the decimal the same amount of places there. That's this whole thing. You have to do it to both of them. So this decimal now goes over here. It goes right here. It goes straight up from right there. And then you can do the division problem. Okay, so the rule is this. When you have a decimal in the divisor, you must move decimals in divisor all the way right. And then do the same to the dividend. I like those big words, don't you? And then do the same to the dividend. So I needed to move this decimal here, and when I move it one place, I have to move this one place as well. Then you can proceed with the problem. How many times does 15 go into 35? Twice. That's 30. 5. I keep adding zeros till it works out. How many times does 15 go into 50? 3. 45. Uh-oh. That wasn't what I really wanted, but don't worry about what that is, because I just made that up and it didn't work out. Sorry about that. It's gonna be 2.3 repeater, but you don't need to know that. Let me give you another one that probably does work out, because the book did it here. So let's know one. 0.24 divided by 0.8. 0.24 divided by 0.8. First step is, which one goes outside, which one goes inside? Alex?
0.24 is in the box and 0.8 is outside.
0.24 goes in the box, 0.8 goes outside the box. Okay, now I have it written correctly. What do I do? Okay, I don't deal with decimals out here. So before I bring up the decimal line, I have to
Move the decimal places to the right.
move this one place to the right and move this one place to the right. So the decimal goes here, it goes straight up from there to right there. And then it's just like taking 8 into 2.4. How many times does 8 go into 2? None. How many times does it go into 24? 3 times. Nothing left over. So that's 0.3. Good with that? How about this one? Oh, here's a good one. 0.3 divided by 0.03. How do I write that out? Well, 0.03 goes outside, they flip places. 0.3 goes inside. Now what's going to happen here? Work with me here. Somebody tell me what's going to happen. Nuzo? Divisor.
The dividers.
What am I going to do with this decimal?
To the right.
Move it all the way to the right, so it has to go 2 places to the right. So this is now a 3. What do I do with this one? 2 places to the right, same thing. 1, 2. It becomes what? Add a 0 there, it becomes 30. So now it's 3 into 30. You don't really need the decimal because it's a 10 right off the bat. 3/10 divided by 3/100 is 10. That's it. All right, you want more, I say. How about this one? 9 divided by 0.3. Right out of the book. Does that confuse you? Which one goes under the fraction box? Which one goes outside of that? Which one's the divisor? Which one's the dividend? Which one's the quotient? Product? Ratio? Proportion? Which one goes where, Bollinger?
0.3 goes inside the box.
0.3 does not go inside the box. 9 divided by 0.3. 9 divided by 0.3. Which means what's going to happen, Bakala? One place, which means I have to do the, wait, there's no decimal here. Now what am I going to do? Yes, I am going to do something. I'm going to put the decimal in it and then move it 1 place to the right. Which gives me what? If I do this out as a division problem, 3 goes into 9 3 times. I have to put that other 0, hold down a spot. I get 30. No, don't follow that. Oh, here, check this out. We're going to do this. I'm going to give you a chance to prove yourself. 0.4 divided by 0.2, and then I want you to do 0.2 divided by 0.4. Tell me what the different answers are for that. 0.2 divided by 0.4 and 0.4 divided by 0.2. Commence mathematicizing. We have an answer. This is what you get when you're not able to do anything. What do we get for the top one there? Let's see. Taylor? Let's see, so I went 0.4 divided by 0.2, move the decimal, move the decimal, I agree. Top one is 2. How about on the bottom? Stritzel?
Oh, I didn't get that one
How about on the bottom? Shellhammer?
I don't think I'm right, but, 5/10.
0.5, I don't know, let's try. 0.4 divided, so 0.2, move the decimal, bring up the decimal. 4 doesn't go into 2, so you bring down another 0. 4 goes into 20, yeah, it's 5/10. 0.5. Have a little confidence in yourself. Congratulations. So notice how important it is, these are the same numbers, they just flip places.